So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And a give this time to the tailback. And the stop will come inside 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll try and run. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
You draw Porker. Switch.
From the gun, here's Gone. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any
is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Oh, here we go. Oh, alert, 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 alert.
Now it's Trubisky. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes flushed out right. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got Lockett. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And now it's 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Attack, attack. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes able to get this to Gordon. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary. And it's a fumble. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. The end of the first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Trubisky. Lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They find some open field here. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A run with Gurley there on 1st down, going to get about 4 yards. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
He rifles one that's picked off at the 18. He's got daylight. He's at the 40. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. On 1st down, McFarland. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Check three, check three. Check, crunch. Alert, 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 alert.
Now a draw play for Gurley. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
18. Recon, 132 fighter.
Third and 1.
Check 99, check 99.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Trubisky now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. Now it's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Escaping the pressure right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Josh Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, broken tackle. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Myers connects on the PAT, and a route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. He'll try and run it, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I don't need to. Get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Attack!
Mahomes now on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
On second and 10, Mahomes. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here we go again. Here we go.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
18.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's going to go down again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very low. He's letting it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Shaquille Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Here we go on 4th down with Trubisky. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Check, check. 154. Get that ball. Check out.
From the 16, Trubisky gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee.
You ready? Watch out. Check.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Trying to get it to Woods. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with it.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And some room to roam now. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. Now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. On third down, Trubisky, flush to his right, and that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Returnable for Lockett. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
Right back to him on first down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
First down, Seattle.
They go play action here on first down. Going for it all. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
To DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Seattle. Jason Myers for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun is Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Trubisky, sliding out of the pocket. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
They go play action. Now Mahomes going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 52 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back them up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They go play action with Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. They go play action. Trubisky flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Switch.
Now a give, right side. McFarland fights through, and now a crease. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now the throw on 3rd down knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. You still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried.
And this will be caught at the 30. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 52 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On first down, McFarland, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw it here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 40. Past the 20, 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get energized after a kick return, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over.
Ladies and gentlemen,